Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another GT7 news video. I was going to make something a little bit different for this evening as a bit of a bonus video. However, this kind of just appeared and I do want to quickly touch on it. So what am I talking about? Let me show you on screen now. So as you can see on screen now, the known issues got updated today on the 9th of November 2023. World circuits in quick races and custom races, performance points PP, which determine the selected rival cars and bonus rewards, are incorrectly calculated based off the PP value before any tuning. So it seems that what they're going to do now is essentially account for the engine swap, which would make sense from a gameplay perspective because it doesn't make sense that it just wasn't taken into account that anyway. Now there's two ways that this could work out. Either A, we see that the rewards overall is completely different across the board, or for some of these vehicles, in terms of the lower ones with the engine swaps, they're just going to get accounted for in terms of the overall performance point value. So the way it seems to work is that the car is being accounted for currently as the standard car going up against the Tomahawk. So in that reality, it's paying you slightly a bit more, but in terms of the overall way it's being run is that the car's actually being run on a engine swap version. However, quick little side note, most of these cars that are swapped anyway run at a relatively low performance point value rating. Now you'll probably note that when you go and check the abarth and stuff, mostly they'll run anywhere from in the 400 to 500 pp range. So a lot of these engine swap vehicles, even with the swap taken into account, still completely get blown away in terms of the rating by a Tomahawk by a good anywhere from 700 to 800 performance points anyway. So no, before people jump down the neck of PD and that, it's not the end of the world. It's just a sensible change that it now takes into account the engine swap for these tunes. It kind of brings it more in line with the rest of the game in terms of fixing it, I guess, because that was the glitch part, that was the broken part that really made no sense anyway. So whilst I think overall we're going to see the overall payout drop slightly, even when we're running these vehicles, there's still a very big gap. So again, it's not going to be the end of the world. There's still going to be ways to sort of cheese a bit of money. I just don't think it's going to be in the range of 4.5 to 5 million credits per hour. It's probably going to be more in line with something like 2 to 3 million credits per hour, again, making more sense. It was fairly ridiculous to be earning that much per hour just by rubber banding your controller and letting the car slingshot across the wall. So all it's going to be doing is just taking into account the tuning of a vehicle now. Again, it'll be probably across the board, but also include those engine swap vehicles. However, they're relatively low performance point value anyway. Now, the other thing that's been mentioned is the fact that with these vehicles, or the PP system that's currently in place, should I say, the gear ratio isn't taken into account for the rating of a vehicle, and there's a very good reason for that, whilst it's kind of never returned. And some of you may not even know that that was a thing in the early days of GT7. So originally the gear ratios used to get taken into account for a vehicle's performance point rating system. However, Polyphony had to get rid of this because that's what triggered the Tomahawk glitch. People were using very much bug gears and all this kind of stuff, and it basically broke the Tomahawk and allowed it to run in around about a 600 pp range, meaning that was able to slingshot herself around Tokyo for around about 2.5 million credits per hour. It was rather quite ridiculous, and it's probably the way that most people grew the car collection way back in the day. I don't think they'll bring that system back. The main reason is because they took it away for so long, it's never returned since, and it wouldn't make sense to bring it back because more than likely we'll start seeing Tomahawks appear and with the ability to just kind of absolutely bolt around Tokyo with ridiculous performance points rating once again. There's a reason that was removed. So again, we'll probably still be able to make that money, and hopefully that does clear it up exactly what they're fixing, and the fact that at the end of the day it's easier now more than ever to actually earn money in GT7 and doing it legitimately, or kind of bringing out these ridiculous events. It was the whole point in changing the custom race payout limit, as well as giving you a bonus for hitting level 50 and actually taking your time to gold that specific circuit. So no, they're not going to be completely nerfing the money. Don't kind of worry about it like that. There's still going to be ways to earn money. It's still going to be a much fairer world or economy than what we saw prior to update 1.40 anyway. It's just fixing the glitch portion of it. Again, this patch could come in maybe even next week, or maybe even the next full patch, which could be maybe a month away, or December or whatever. So look, if you do want to do it this way, go ahead, make as much money as possible before it kind of gets all reset and stuff. But even then, you're still going to be able to find plenty of ways to make legitimate money in GT7. It'll probably just be maybe 1 million or 1.5 million credits less per hour, which is still a lot more money than what you've seen before. Thanks so much for watching. Just thought I'd update you guys on this, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Peace.